Live from News Channel 3, the desert's news leader, this is a First Alert Weather Alert.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Peter Dow. We are staying on top of a major storm hitting the Coachella Valley right now. Here is a live look at the Dune Palms Bridge project, where you can already see flooding there. A reminder, you can find up-to-the-minute developments on the impacts near you all night long on KESQ.com. And we begin our coverage right now with First Alert meteorologist Kelly Moody. So Kelly, how's the radar looking right now?
It is quite active, to say the least, Peter. We are continuing to see some pretty strong activity passing through our area. Let's talk about the latest in terms of flash flood warnings, as well as what we're seeing just with some individual cells in our area. Earlier, we were tracking some severe thunderstorm cells. Those were severe thunderstorm warnings that were in effect. You may have received notifications to your phone specifically about the flash flood warnings that are now still in effect. Now, I know there's a lot of light up boxes all over the place. The most important one for you at home is this one here that stretches pretty much across the entire valley, indicating to us that there is a flash flood warning that stays in effect through 5 p.m. this evening. During this time, at any given point, we could see water rushing through any of these areas, and that could cause a really dangerous situation for anyone out on the road. So this is really the time to take that precaution. Stay indoors if you can, and certainly do not head out on the roads if you can avoid it. We were just starting to track a cell that's starting to look a little bit more active here. This is not a severe thunderstorm warned cell at this point, but we are seeing some lightning from it. This is just to the north of I-10, north of Indio as well. This has been a pretty active area for us this afternoon. In fact, we have seen some weak to strong rotation off of some of these storms. At this time, we have not had any indication that we've actually seen a tornado on the ground, but it's something we're continuing to monitor, especially in this area as we continue to watch storms kind of pass on through, isolated storms that is, and pick up a little bit of extra energy. You can see there another little flash of lightning. Of course, we want to see all of your images, videos. You've been doing a great job at sending them to us at share@kesq.com, but of course, stay safe in that process. As we continue through this afternoon and into the evening, these rainfall totals will be piling up. So far, Mount San Jacinto has seen over 4.5 inches, Palm Desert close to 2.5 inches, Palm Springs getting closer to 2 inches, Thousand Palms and Yucca Valley right around an inch. The high desert has not seen quite as much rainfall accumulation as what we have seen down here on the valley floor, but of course our mountains are certainly taking the cake there, and we expect a lot more rain to come as we continue. We haven't seen a ton in the way of winds yet, unless you were maybe around some of those isolated cells that were packing a bit of a punch with gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour, but more is expected to come as we continue through the afternoon and into the evening. This is a look at 5 o'clock. As we get into the later evening hours, we'll start to see those winds shift a little bit. You can see some of those pockets there where we could easily see wind speeds upwards of 50 miles per hour. Still the possibility of much stronger gusts with that. As we continue late evening into tomorrow morning, things will start to quiet down quite a bit more. At that point, our focus starts to shift to some of that flooding. Quick look here at some of those severe weather threats that we're continuing to monitor. High winds are expected to still be a big issue, as well as flooding. We are continuing to monitor a bit of a flooding situation that's traveling on through the Indian Wells Golf Course through the Whitewater Wash. This was just starting to develop over the last 30 minutes or so, but you can see the Whitewater Wash is continuing to flood all through the Indian Wells Golf Course there, and you've got the views all around your home as well. So we're looking forward to seeing more of those. Continuing to stay tuned with us right here on News Channel 3, and of course online at KESQ.com. Pierre, I'll throw it back to you.
All right, you can send those images to share@kesq.com. Kelly, thanks. Right now, many East Valley residents are under an evacuation warning. The warning affects the communities of Ocotillo, Salton City, Bombay Beach, and Desert Shores. The evacuations are currently voluntary, but residents living in areas prone to flooding or near washes are strongly urged to consider the risks and make an informed decision for the safety of their families and loved ones. People in evacuation areas can call the number on your screen to speak with someone for assistance. For emergencies, dial 911. Stay with News Channel 3 as we monitor this and other evacuation warnings and orders. Multiple roads across the valley are now closed, and many more are impassable due to flooding. In Palm Desert, Parkview Drive between Highway 111, Marbrisa Drive, and Fred Waring between California and Tennessee have been closed. In Cathedral City, avoid Dinah Shore between Cathedral Canyon Drive and Date Palm Drive. We do have a crew that just left Araby near Highway 111 in Palm Springs. That community is now cut off at the wash by rushing floodwaters. The city of Palm Springs has closed several major roads and placed officers at the barricades to keep people away and safe. North Indian Canyon Drive, Gene Autry Trail, and Vista Chino at the Wash will all remain closed until those floodwaters recede. Emergency officials urge people to stay home and avoid driving altogether during this storm. Multiple flights have been canceled as a result of today's severe weather. This is at PSP. We just checked, and of all the scheduled departures today from Palm Springs Airport, only one is still set to fly out on time. One other is delayed. Most have just been canceled. All Southwest flights have been canceled today and tomorrow. A link for the latest on flights can be found right now on KESQ.com. And a reminder, if you need to evacuate during this storm, there are 2 shelters available in Riverside County. One at Desert Mirage High School, which is on 66th Avenue in Thermal. The other is at Banning Community Center on North San Gorgonio Avenue in Banning. You can find more resources and a link to sign up for emergency alerts right now at KESQ.com. Our coverage of Hillary does not end here. We'll be continuing all of our coverage tonight at 5 and with an extra newscast to keep you up to date on everything you need to know about Hillary as it develops tonight. Our newscasts and news team is dedicated to bring you the latest information. Continue to stay with us as our First Alert weather team and our news team tracks this storm both on air and online, always at KESQ.com.
News Channel 3 is now available on any of these streaming services and on KESQ.com.